Hey, what's up? I got
It was okay. But there was this guy, and he was like doing stuff, and he was like, whatever, and I was like, okay.
So what did you do about it?
I didn't do anything.
Whoa! What? Cooking on my face. It's part of the problem.
I can't move.
You can do it.
I'm like seriously stuck.
So, you see something, you do something, alright?
Help! Call an astronaut.
Hey, Mark, excuse me. I'm on my way to 3768. Kind of got hung up. It's raining out here. I'm on my way into Dallas. Jerry's probably going to be calling you to find out where I'm at if he can't get a hold of me, I'm sure. So, thought, whoa. Man, I just had a wreck right in front of me. This guy ran a red light and hit four old ladies in an Impala. Just kind of clipped them and turned them around right in front of me, man. That was close. Oh, now this guy's getting out of his car. He's got a white shirt on with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's throwing his hands up in the air like it was their fault. Oh, hold on. He's going over to their window. She's rolling down the window. Oh man, I think she sprayed him with pepper spray, man. He's holding his face and he's on his knee. She's beating him with an umbrella. The other women are getting out too. There's one woman with a little black person. She's tomahawking him, man. She looks like a Sunbelt 20 horsepower jackhammer. We got another woman that's she's hitting him like he's got a cattle prod, man. She's got an umbrella. She's sticking it in his side. Oh, there's another one it's a little woman looks like Mother Goose. She beat him. She's got this U-bit bag. She beat him. She's got this U-bit bag. It's huge. It's about the size of her. She's about 4 foot nothing. She hit him over the head. Everything went all over the place. Her Bible fell. She just hit him in the head with a Bible. She picked this Bible up and she lifted it way over her head. It was a hardback NVI version. They're still beating the hell out of this guy. She picked his Bible up and raised it up above her head and just beamed the guy. This guy's not getting up. They're still hitting him. The one with the little black person, all beating him over. Okay, he's up on the car. The little woman just beating him again with that big bag. He's running to his car. He's out of here. The little bitty Mother Goose woman. She's stuck into him and she's driving off. I wish you would have been here, man. This is too good. I gotta go.
I like your hat. I like your hat. I like your hat.
I absolutely love sharing my passion and love for this president. Black Trump supporters do exist. Do exist. Black Trump supporters do exist. Every time I travel, I make sure I wear my hat. My hat. I make sure I wear my hat. Every time I travel, I make sure I wear my hat. My hat. I make sure I wear my hat. Every time I travel, I make sure I wear my hat. My hat. I make sure I wear my hat. Every time I travel, I make sure I wear my hat. My hat. I make sure I wear my hat.
Can we all just sing it from the mountaintops?
The good reactions, it's always kind of funny. People will kind of whisper. People will kind of whisper. They don't know what to register. My friends are like, oh my gosh. It's not because I'm black. It's because I'm a Trump supporter. I'm the unicorn. And I got upgraded to first class. Look me up and down. Get a nice reminder when they got on the plane. Look at my hat all the way. Every time I travel, I make sure I wear my hat. My hat. I make sure I wear my hat. Every time I travel, I make sure I wear my hat. My hat. I make sure I wear my hat. Every time I travel, I make sure I wear my hat. My hat. I make sure I wear my hat. Every time I travel, I make sure I wear my hat. My hat. I make sure I wear my hat. Every time I travel.
President Trump has restored the idea of America.
Keep America great! Exclamation point.
The Dow Jones made history today, closing over 26,000 points for the first time.
This is a standout report.
He's going to bring all these jobs back. Well, how exactly are you going to do that? What magic wand do you have?
Hand me down a walking cane. Hand me down my hat. I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. The collusion delusion is over. You're fake news. Unbelievable. So dishonest.
Mr. President. Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President, are you...
That's enough. Put down the mic. So much winning. Everything he does.
Every day is NASCAR.
Seems to come out right.
Donald Trump, keeper of promises.
And all it means is just keeping time. Find the love. Did he learn that? Oh, Lord. I am with you. I will fight for you. And I will win for you. America is winning again. With your help on November 3rd, 2020, can you believe? It's right around the corner. So you ready? Let's go. Let me hear it. Make America great again. Thank you, Texas. Thank you. Goodbye, Hillary. Bye.
All righty, we're back. It's Saturday night. It's 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We're back with Promises Kept. Welcome aboard. Thank you for joining. Say hello, Doc.
Well, all I can say is welcome to a fabulous week of winning. We have got more to highlight, everything from improvements in race relations to huge rallies, votes no on witnesses for impeachment. Gosh, we've got so much winning to cover. My head spins. I feel like Scarlett O'Hara when she said, when she said it to Ashley, she looked at him so coyly and she said, when I have a new bonnet on, every figure I ever knew goes right out of my head. Well, I'm telling you, when I see my POTUS at work like this and he just goes to town, my head spins with it all. It is fabulous. We're so glad you came to join us to celebrate more winning this week, guys.
All right, we're good. We'll give some shout outs first before we get going because we have a lot. Doc has flooded me with about 30 stories this week. So I put
it's not me, it's POTUS. If you've got complaints in that department, you're going to have to take it up with the big man because I'm just his happy little cheerleader.
Well, I put the worst stories in the front, the one bad news that you sent me, but I put that in the front, but we'll get rolling here. We have Tony Tattles. I see Brian, Harley Guy, RM Johns.
Hi,
hey, how you doing?
Hi, darling.
And Doc, I can't see them all, but Adam Miller over on YouTube. Welcome aboard, Adam. Glad to have you.
Donna.
Lady Fritzader, USA, Ohio.
Dawn. Harley.
Rusty.
And of course our own Rusty.
Black Forest Gummy Bear. That actually sounds good. Sounds tasty.
You know what? Actually, if you want the best gummy bear, Black Forest is it. It beats Haribo's to pieces. Haribo's are more hard, and see, I've already analyzed this. I'm a gummy bear connoisseur, in case anybody was wondering. So if you want the best, you got to go with Black Forest because they're softer, chewier, and they've got more flavor. The Haribo's are harder to chew. They're kind of like tough leather, and they don't have as much flavor. If you want anything with candy, if y'all need to know the best, all you do is Twitter me because I know it all the best candy.
Well, I didn't see all the names out there, so if you join later, we'll try to go through and catch some more names as we go along. How's that sound, Doc?
That's great. Did you include Brian in that?
Yes, I did.
Brian, we're glad to have you, honey. Good to see you.
Yes, welcome
Yes,
aboard.
we've got a lot of winning. You better hop too, because otherwise I'll be having to crack my whip at you.
Oh boy. Okay, first one up is a tweet, and this is the disturbing story. So I put that up front so we can get to the more fun stuff later. Okay, Larice loves God, the NRA, and USA. Tweets, California Dems introduce Bill 145 to protect pedophiles who lure and sexually abuse children. I can't even. The pervert will now be able to be qualified as LGBTQP. Wasn't that a joke at one time? Yes, that P is for pedophilia. Expressing himself in this child fetish, and we have to accept it.
I'll never accept it.
What the?
I don't care what they say. I don't care what law they enact. It'll be with my last dying breath that I will protect our children. And I know everybody in this broadcast feels the same. The only reason that I put this in there is because, unfortunately, though POTUS is leading the way in human trafficking
Thank you very much.
Fighting pedophilia and all that kind of thing, we cannot be complacent. The left-wing libtard in California are absolutely going berserk. We've got to call them out and stand up to them. Everybody in California, in fact, I don't care if you live in California or not, we need to be calling them, saying we are watching you. We aren't going to accept this. This is not okay.
No, this is is there not a federal statute that would supersede this ridiculous, sick law?
I'm sure there is, but they've got to get in now and take them to court and do all that stuff and prove it and set precedents and all that kind of stuff. But, again, it's going to be that same tug that they're having right now between POTUS and, what's his name? Ferry boy out in California. Newsom.
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom. POTUS is coming for him, and Gavin knows it if he's smart.
Well, look who's in California, right?
So who knows?
Doc, look who's in California. Look at all of and I wish I had an updated chart, but I've looked for one on the arrests under POTUS as opposed to other presidents, and we know it's double, triple, quadruple since Trump has been in office, and he's done yet another executive order on human trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
Look who's in California: Hollywood, Adam Schiff, a lot of these dirty Democrats, right?
That's right.
Ed Buck.
It says that that's where California goes, the rest of the nation goes, but I'll be damned. The rest of the nation is tired of this crap. We're not putting up with it. And I hope that POTUS jerks a knot in their tail and stomps them in the ground right where they're standing, because there's going to be a reckoning over this. We are not going to sit there idly by and let them do this to our children. I can promise you that.
I just had a thought, not to get all conspiracy theory, but that's my thought. You got Adam Schiff out there, and Adam Schiff, I just saw a story out there on Twitter. I can't confirm it. Maybe somebody out there can confirm it, but one of Adam Schiff's close confidants has just been arrested for pedophilia in California. So maybe this is to protect a lot of Democrats that may be going down.
Oh, I would not doubt that one bit.
And I know people have thought for a long time,
theory.
Doc, that Adam Schiff is involved. Maybe
yes,
this
we've
is
known it. In Hollywood, all of those directors and talent agents and all those people out there in Hollywood, and their ne'er-do-well Democrat leaders that are all involved in this, all getting dollars off this. We know this. That isn't right-wing conspiracy theorists anymore. Go look at the streets. Look at the fetid conditions. Look at the human excrement and the needles and the despair and the hopelessness that goes with the Democrat cause and everything they stand for. everything they stand for, it goes with the party of death. It's death of babies, death of hope, death of freedom, high taxes, political correctness, inviting horrors like pedophilia and human slavery and illegal aliens and open borders, anything negative, anything death is associated with the Democrats, and it's on full display, and it's on full display what it does to our society as a whole. So I'm going to get off my soapbox here, but I just put that in for us to start with one little sober thought, because guys, it's up to us to stand up for our kids, and it starts here. It starts with each and every one of us, whether we live in California or not. We know they're spreading it across the nation. Well, we know they're spreading it across the world. We've got to unite and stand up to them.
It's an obvious attempt to normalize it. They've been doing that for the last couple of years with articles saying it's okay. It's nothing big, no big deal. We got to keep our eye on the ball here. Not only in Virginia, but in California as well. We have to keep an eye on this, because what California does is something that you'll see Ralph Northam try, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my governor,
in other states, there's a list of other states that are watching everything that's going on in Virginia. Well, the same is going for California. They're trying to inch their way to the goal line, guys. We got to stand in their way with our feet planted firmly and dig in and say, not one more freaking centimeter. You are over bounds. Just saying. We might better go into some winning before I get a tizzy over this. You threaten our children and we're going to come for you. I can promise you that.
So I also want to throw out that David and Sithy just joined us. So welcome aboard, guys.
Hi, y'all. We're going to get off this most serious subject, but I did want to say it because we stand for life, guys. We're their only hope. So we got to stand in the gap. So Annie up. Put your big boy panties on and girl panties on and belly up to the bar, because last call has been called and the fat lady's getting ready to sing, and we got to be ready for the task. We got to be there when it counts for our kids.
Real quick from Adam Miller out in the chat and YouTube. The streets of, and I'm assuming he lives in California, the streets of San Francisco and Los Angeles are horribly sad. The other day I even saw some human crap on the sidewalks of my hometown, 7 hours away from San Francisco and 2 hours away. So it's spreading across San Francisco.
Well,
and
yeah,
Los
they're
Angeles.
trying to do it in Austin too. And thank God I have a governor that isn't Gavin Newsom, and my governor Abbott is standing up to him, and he hadn't taken it. And where they're falling short, he's calling them out on it. He's putting extra state police on the streets and utilizing other resources to attack the problem. So he's not standing idly by like wussy Gavin Newsom, who's taking after his poopsie aunt Nancy.
All right, Doc, I'm gonna have to crack the whip on you now.
I know. I'm sorry you get me started.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
We better move though, because we got some celebrating to do, not just heavy stuff.
Okay, this is from Scott Pressler, The Persistence. Breaking news. Congratulations to Republican Gates for Texas on his smashing victory. That was a special election in Texas, I believe. It's for the, what was it, for their House? Or was it a Senate seat?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was House.
Republicans won in a suburban district where the Democrats spent $1 million and even Beto Cuck O'Rourke campaigned for the Democrat. And I've got some more stuff on this. We've got some more stuff on this coming up. Why you're seeing this happen? There's a reason.
See, they're pouring money even into Texas. They're pouring millions into turning us blue.
But if you didn't see it,
we're going to let it happen.
If you didn't see it, he won by 16%. That's a landslide.
Mm-hmm. That is in politics.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, That's normally a pretty liberal area. I think they've been rather blue in the past, if we read on, I think.
Natalie Joe from Natalie Joe, Texas. I think she's one of our audience viewers. Sent this out. Yes, she sent it to Doc Martin. Spread the word. Texas GOP. Have you confirmed that you're registered to vote? The deadline to register is Monday, February 3rd. So if you're in Texas, make sure you're registered to vote. Check it. Even if you believe you are, check it, confirm it, because February 3rd is the deadline.
That's right. And just a little reminder, guys, when my mama died, I made sure she was taken off the voter rolls myself, because I would never dishonor her by allowing her to vote Democrat after she died. So if you've lost a family member, I highly recommend that you make sure yourself that they're getting taken off the voter rolls. We might as well not help them do anything any more nefarious than they're already doing. So just FYI. Little public service announcement.
Oh, David in the chat says, just as an advisory, after Bloomberg went to Oklahoma, Oklahoma is now starting to try to do what Virginia did. This Michael Bloomberg, we're going to get into him as he gets closer, but he's on a debate stage, even though he didn't qualify. That tells you the Democrats are trying to ram him through. He's the Hillary Clinton in this campaign. What he
bought his way on there because he gave them something like $10 million in December.
Yes,
I read
and the DNC is broke. They are in debt right now.
Well, now there's an update. They've been raising, and now they have something like $37 million in the bank because they did so well in their fundraising in December.
I don't believe it.
And one of the reasons why was because of Michael Bloomberg, because he gave them a whopping $10 or $12 million. He bought his way on
gave them more. He gave them more, Doc.
Like Clinton.
Doc.
Just like Clinton.
Doc, he gave them more through other avenues.
Oh, he did. That was just what they publicly admitted to.
So
they're all nefarious about. Remember how that they were using funneling the monies from local candidates up the line through money laundering schemes to the DNC and Hillary? And remember when Hillary bought her way into controlling the DNC in 2016? Happening all over again, Bernie. What you gonna do about it, Vern? What your little Antifa's gonna do now? They're too busy protesting in New York City by pouring glue on the turnstiles and wanting free subway. I mean,
Bernie will take his jet in his house and walk away like he did before.
Oh, excuse me, Bill. His jet and his 3 houses.
Well, he got one house out of the deal.
2 houses and a bunch of cash off of the last time that they bought him off after they railroaded him illegally or unethically, pardon my misspeak, out of the candidacy in 2016. We all know that. And if you don't, you need to go back and do some research and get real pissed off if you're a Democrat. What I would recommend.
Well,
I'd be so mad. My dander would get up. It'd never come down.
All they have right now are leftists in the Democrat Party, anyway. So,
y'all are gonna let me have coffee in the afternoons anymore because I get on my high horse too much.
Okay, I gotta get you back in line here. You know.
I know you're doing hot too. Can't bark like a puppy if you're gonna run with us big dog. I believe.
Okay, from Breitbart. It's been sitting up on the screen for a few minutes. Everybody probably read it. Hey, Kimmy. Poland and U.S. strike $4.6 billion fighter jet deal. Didn't hear of that on the news, did you? We love Poland. Poland loves Trump. How do you like that? So does Italy. So do a lot of countries.
POTUS. They just, mainstream media doesn't want us to believe it, but everybody around the world wants him.
Warsaw.
They're even singing our anthem in Hong Kong.
Warsaw, Poland. Poland is signing a $4.6 billion deal with the United States on Friday for the purchase of 32 fighter jets as the European country looks to enhance its air defense on NATO's eastern flank at a time of increased Russian military activity. But he's a Russian stooge. He's Putin's puppet. Yeah, okay.
Right.
You
know
do you
what?
think Obama would have done that? No. Absolutely
I do
not.
think that POTUS and Putin probably kind of giggle. I'm not saying that POTUS doesn't have Putin's number. I think he does. But I think that they giggle over the stupid stuff that the left-wing libtard DNCs are pushing. I mean, I hope they do, because otherwise I am dying of embarrassment that they're Americans, because they're just, I mean, at least if you're going to hang with us, have some class, is all I'm saying, Dims. Come on, up your game. Otherwise, you're just dragging us down in the mud with the rest of the pigs.
That's right. And welcome aboard. You sent myself flaccid.
Yes, welcome aboard, you whistle britches.
Next up, we have Fox News. Longest ever border smuggling tunnel found stretching between Tijuana and San Diego, officials say.
Look at this thing. It's humongous. It's ventilated. It's got lights. It's got everything. It was deep and huge and long.
It looks like a tunnel from the movie Sicario. I don't know if anybody's ever saw that movie, but where they travel through back and forth through tunnels.
No,
you'll have to check it out.
But I can imagine
it's about drug lords and the CIA and the games they play.
Yeah, figures. We know about the CIA all, don't we?
The tunnel originates from Tijuana, Mexico, near the Otay Mesa port of entry, and extends a total of 4,309 feet long, more than 3/4 of a mile. The next longest tunnel in the U.S. discovered in San Diego in 2014 was 2,966 feet long.
Can you believe that?
But the wall gives border agents more time to locate these tunnels, to be honest with you.
It does. Well, and you didn't hear near as much. We're hearing this frequently now.
Yes.
I mean, it may not be every week, but we're hearing it on a consistent basis now. We didn't used to, not when Obama was in office. So I wanted to highlight, we are winning the war on drugs and human smuggling and trafficking. The mainstream media doesn't want to highlight these things. They don't want you to know that inch by inch by inch, we're taking our ground and our tunnels back. So kiss our grits.
I think the number Trump mentioned at the Iowa rally was 70% down border crossings. And the wall's not even done yet.
From last year.
The wall's not even done yet.
That's in less than a year.
Yep. And there's still a lot of
And remember, he brought in all those extra judges and personnel in the big tents so they could hurry them through. And they're making them, I think I don't want to step on what we're about to go over, but remember, a large part of this success is the stopping of what was it? The letting them come over and stay. They have to go back.
Oh, catch and release.
Catch and release. But I don't want to step on our stories.
Next up is Fox News. Supreme Court allows Trump administration to enforce public charge immigration restriction. And Doc just stepped on her story again. The Supreme Court
will allow I get excited.
Trump administration to enforce for now its public charge immigration restriction, lifting a pair of preliminary injunctions. Where'd that come from? Thinking about California there. Issued by federal judges on Monday. Order followed a 5-4 split vote that divided the court's conservatives and liberals. So this is what I heard the Democrats complain a little bit about this, that it was unconstitutional decision decided by the Supreme Court. You okay?
Yeah.
That's not who we are. We let just anybody walk across our border.
Mm-hmm. We like open borders because we need our next group of voters to come on in and get settled so they can vote in the 2020 election, because the Black voters and Hispanic voters and the Latino voters and the Chinese voters and all the other groups are finding us out and leaving us in droves.
Next up is the GOP. This is what the liberal elites think of you. And this is not just for Republicans. or Trump supporters. This is for any working class Democrat or independent out there. This is what they think of you. Even if you're a Democrat, that's fine if you're a Democrat and you're working class, you're union Democrat, maybe your family was Democrat your entire life, generations back. But just telling you now, we're starting to see a change here, and this is why? Because this is what they think of you. Here's a video.
Couldn't find Ukraine on a map if you had the letter U and a picture of an actual physical crane next to it. He knows that this is, an administration defined by ignorance of the world.
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
And so that's partly him playing to their base.
Anyone who supported this president is, at best, looking the other way on racism, at best.
The credulous boomer Rube demo that backs Donald Trump, that wants to think that Donald Trump's a smart one, and y'all elitists are dumb.
Trump always loves the low information guy.
You elitists with your geography and your maps.
Issue of racism across the country, because that's his base.
Your math and your reading.
Yeah, you're reading, your geography. No other country.
And they think you're a joke. That goes for Democrats, too. If you're a Democrat, did you hear the Southern accents? There are no Democrats that are in the South? I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah. I'm just telling you.
I guess there are no blue collar Democrats in the South. They don't go to Walmart.
There ain't going to be much longer, is there? With footage like that, there sure as hell isn't going to be much longer. And you know what? That's a prime example of why God gave us two hands. So we'd have two middle fingers to show right back to them. They can kiss the heartland's grits, as far as I'm concerned. You know what? Their reign of terror is over. People see them for what they are. They see the derision and the contempt they hold us in. And we see how right POTUS was when he said, they're not really after me, they're after you. We see it. I mean, it is on full display. And that's going to be their downfall. I'm telling you, America's getting a big old look at the Democrats' elitism and arrogant backsides. I'm just saying.
Well, Doc, keep an eye on the Periscope scope chat. I had to shut that down on my end because I had too many windows open here.
Okay.
Thank you, Rusty.
So I'll be keeping an eye on you people in Periscope. Y'all better act right.
Next up is a tweet from Sheila Q. Lurker. Oh my God, listen to this person that called into C-SPAN. Let's see. So this must be when the impeachment trial was going on.
Have been after him since the day he was elected. They lie, they cheat, they do everything that's dishonest. They're a bunch of scumbags. I never seen such a bunch of dishonest people in my life. When it comes to election time, we definitely need to get rid of those people and put in some good quality people. And that's pretty much, I also want to say that I believe Trump is the greatest president in my lifetime. And I'm 63 years old. And I've never, ever had a politician that said he was going to do so many things, and he did it. He's the only politician that's ever done that. The rest of them just lied to you.
Thank you, sir.
I'm surprised they didn't cut him off. Hold on, I got cranked down the sound a little bit. There we go. I upped the sound so everybody can hear it on the show. So in the audience, yeah, that's we're gonna keep playing them here. There's more and more of them popping up every day on Twitter. Next up is, and here's the reason why, Donald Trump. At Real Donald Trump, 95% approval rating in the Republican Party. Thank you. 191 federal judges, a record, and 2 Supreme Court justices approved. Best economy and unemployment numbers ever. Thank you to our great new, smart, and nimble Republican Party. Join now It's where people want to be. Definitely.
The Republicans need to get down on their knees and thank God for that man, because that's the only reason there's been a revival in the RNC is because of him, not because of rhinos like Mitt Romney and Susan Collins and embarrassments like that, but because of POTUS and his dream for a bigger party, a more nimble one that meets the people's needs and that is controlled by the people. And he's showing us the way. So be sure, as you know, we go through the coming weeks, to remember our tent is big enough to hold everybody, because we're for the American people. And that is where our wonderful POTUS reminds us that, you know, it's like, who was it that was saying that? I think it was Nigel that said, you know, populism is becoming more popular.
Stop stepping on our show, Doc. Stop stepping on the show, Doc.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying, so is patriotism, because our wonderful POTUS is leading the way.
Oh, you're about 15 slides ahead of us here.
I'm just giving a prelude. Don't tell them, they wouldn't have known.
Yes, they pay attention.
Well, only when we got there. Until then, I'd have them hoodwinked.
Ivanka Trump, new Gallup poll, double-digit improvements in how Americans view the nation's economy, security from terrorism, military strength, and the state of race relations since Trump entered office. The interesting one was race relations since Trump entered office are better now than they were. Oh, thank you for the diamond, Miss Katrina. Are better now than they were under Barack Obama.
Yes.
He's awfully bad at being racist. He's the worst racist I ever saw in my life.
And if you read in that article, it also pointed out that Black Americans are faring better by 9%.
Stop stepping on our headlines.
Well, no, it's in that article.
That's why I didn't read it.
Well, I'm going to beat you.
Oh, wait, where is it?
Did, with your high horse self. I'm going to beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
And this could be another reason why. Breitbart. Consumer confidence jumps on labor market strength. Consumer confidence soared to a 5-month high in January, according to the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index. That is well above the 128.8 expected. December revised up to 128.2 from the earlier reported 126.5. So it's always high. It's always been higher than they reported. I've noticed that. I wonder if they're reporting it low on purpose.
Well, they go back and revise all the numbers later so that you don't ever get the true story until later, and most people don't go back and see it. And they count on that. It's another way that they diminish and demean everything he does and keeps the good news from the American people. And that's why MAGA Promises Kept is so important. So y'all got to be sure and keep coming to join us each week, because we're going to tell you the truth. We're going to remind you of all the great things that are going on each week, because if we don't enjoy the ride along the way, then, you know, we're never going to reach our destination. Hopefully, we're always going to be working to make America great or greater. So we have got to enjoy the ride, and that means you've got to have the truth about what winning is going on. Next
up is a tweet from Larry Schweikert. Why Trump's Des Moines rally should make Democrats nervous. Look at the comments. Reporters interviewed 2 flippers since 2016. The LS test. Any Trump voters leave him? 0. Any other voters come over? Lots. And we're going to see some actual numbers from Brad Parscale in a second here. Let me get to it.
It's very illuminating.
Yes, here it is. Brad Parscale. Wow, New Jersey. This is from New Jersey data. 158,632 requested tickets. 92,841 distinct signups for a Trump rally in New Jersey, in Wildwood. 73,482 voters identified. 10.4% didn't vote in 2016. Ooh. 26.3% were Democrats. That's why I say it's working class Democrats. They are mocking and making fun of, and working class Democrats are sick of what the Democrats are doing in Washington, and it's starting to show. The numbers are showing it. Indisputable. Where's Heisenberg?
They see the truth. It's that old thing that I read everything, whether it's somebody I agree with or not, whether I know that, whether they have a record of truth or not, because I think your soul, when you read enough or you research enough or you listen to enough, your soul resonates when you hear the truth, because you hear enough to go, okay, I've seen that data point 2 or 3 times now, so that strengthens its validity, and you start seeing the pattern in the quilt, in the MAGA quilt.
Thank you very much.
I think truth resonates with our spirits. So don't be afraid to trust your gut, guys. We know what the truth is. We know when we're hearing the truth, and we know when we're hearing lies.
Now, I agree with Brian. Well, Brian
Thank
says
you very much.
the Democrats are stupid, right?
Thank you very much.
But we have to make a distinction between Democrats in D.C. and Democrats in the country, working class Democrats, blue collar Democrats, right? We have to make a distinction because we want those votes. They are coming over in waves. So we have to make sure we're making a distinction between the Democrats in D.C. and the Democrats that are coming over and joining the Trump train, right? Because we need them to vote red all the way down.
Yes, we do. We need to vote red because, guys, if you don't want 4 more years of this harassment and haranguing and constant vitriol and constant, attention being taken away from what our wonderful POTUS is doing in our final 4 years we've got him, then you've got to make sure we get out and get everybody to vote red. Everybody. I don't care if you have to put a clothespin on your nose and put waders on to go vote red. You do it, and you get down on your knees, and thank God you've got the opportunity to make sure that we vote these ne'er-do-wells out of office come 2020. House, Senate, presidency, 2020. Vote. Go get your neighbors. Go get your family. Go start standing out, handing out flyers. Do whatever you got to do. Everybody can do something.
Okay, next up we have a tweet from Charlie Kirk, and we got to fly now, Doc. I'm really going to have to crack that whip on you. Charlie Kirk, 1 year ago, black support for Donald Trump was at 21%. 1 year ago. Now, that's high for a Republican to begin with. But he's not really a Republican. He's a, I don't know, what do you call him, a populist?
Conservative.
He's a populist candidate. I don't even like conservative because Rick Wilson claims to be a conservative. So does Anna Navarro. So does a few other of these idiots out there. I think he's the people's president. There you go. The People's Party. Today, according to a new Rasmussen poll, black support for Trump has literally doubled to 42%. This is historic. Democrats are worried, and that's why they tried to impeach him and remove him. Right here. That number right there, that's got them crapping their britches right now in D.C.
I bet you there has been so much pucker power going on there for quite some time now that they have all just about gotten Charlie horses.
Here's some more information.
I think it's delicious. I hope they're sweating it. I hope they're scared to death. I hope they stay up sleepless at nights. I want them having the runs. They can't even go to work. They have to go to the potty. I mean, I am being vitriolic, but I'm tired of those people. They harangued my president for the last freaking time. We aren't going to take it anymore.
We're going to build the wall.
Thank you for the
That's
ice cream,
right.
Kimmy. The state, Chismaga, the state of race relations in America are up to 14% since Trump, up 14% since Trump took office. Trump sucks at being a racist. Guess what? That number is better than when Obama was in office. You know why? He's providing jobs. He's not just providing empty promises. He's giving them jobs.
And
Right.
you know what? If he's a racist, that's the only thing that he's not good at. Otherwise, I don't know of anything that man's ever tried that he has not done well.
Tweet from Donald Trump Jr. This is huge. New poll on virtually every big indicator. Americans say things are better today than they were at the end of the Obama-Biden presidency. Economy's better, plus 22 points. Country is more secure, plus 18. The military is stronger, plus 15. The streets are safer, plus 9. It'd be higher than plus 9 if it wasn't for Portland and New York City and all these liberal left-wing nuts that are doing what they're doing.
Left-wing lip nuts backyards. And Nancy Pelosi and all you left-wing lip nuts that are running these disgraceful towns and places. That's all I got to say to you.
Breitbart. White House celebrates drug overdoses declining for first time in 29 years.
That's huge, guys. Did anybody even know we had an opioid crisis? Really? I mean, really know it and understand it before?
No, in New York,
pointing it out.
In New York, we just hand out free Narcan or whatever the heck you call it, and don't ask questions. White House counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, on Thursday celebrated news that the number of drug overdose deaths had decreased in the United States for the first time in 29 years.
That is 29 years, guys. Think about it. There's a lot of people in our audience that might not have even been alive or would have been very much younger.
Next one up is from Breitbart. Drug deaths dropped almost 5% in 2018 after rising for 28 years. So that's a year ago, right? The previous year.
Mm-hmm.
Fox News. I'm trying to whiz through a couple of these so we can get to some of the other ones. We got 15 minutes. Harvard professor charged with hiding China ties. Prosecutors say he was paid $50,000 a month from Wuhan University of Technology in China. Wuhan. That's interesting. What was this professor's
actually read on what he was involved in. There's something fishy about all that, guys. We know
Lieber.
that.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna say I think it's gonna be coming out that this was on purpose.
Charles Lieber, chair of the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology, was arrested at his office at the prestigious university Tuesday morning and charged with lying about his participation in China's 1,000 Talents Plan, a program established by China to recruit people with access to and knowledge of foreign technology and intellectual property. But chemical biology? Interesting. Wuhan? Would be interesting to see what happens there.
I think there's going to be a lot more coming out on this. I've got my very strong suspicions about some things that are going
on. Breitbart, Trump lifts U.S. restrictions on anti-personnel landmines. President Trump on Friday lifted U.S. restrictions on deployment of landmines, saying a new generation of high-tech explosives would improve security for U.S. forces. In the latest reversal of a policy of his predecessor, Barack Obama, Trump gave the green light to so-called non-persistent landmines that can be switched off remotely rather than staying in the ground forever.
Mm-hmm. Obama would not let them use them even in strategic areas of prominent importance, and now President Trump is letting them, but they have their own dead man switch, so to speak. So there's a lot of ways that technology has improved, and it's got an appropriate place as long as we take care of them.
How you doing, Miss Katrina? Welcome aboard. Stonewall Jackson. Who wants more good news? It appears that we just killed Qasim al-Raimi, the emir of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula in Yemen. So
now, have you heard much about that?
Nope, of course not. I didn't really hear anything about it. Saw a couple
And
tweets.
I got another one in another article. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. But they got another one in Arizona. Did y'all hear that? Has anybody else seen that article? I don't know if I sent it to you or not, Phil, but
I don't think so.
There has been a lot, and Soleimani, Trump didn't stop with President Trump didn't stop with him. He's going after all the bad guys.
Next up is UK Neil. UK Neil has a show, The Great Awakening, on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So check out UK Neil. And I'm not going to read through all the 12 symptoms of spiritual awakening, but you can check it out on UK Neil's Twitter feed at UK Neil 1979. Next tweet is Boris Johnson. And I don't remember. No, it's not a video. Okay. Boris Johnson, tonight we have left the EU. Brexit is finally done as of 11 p.m. their time. An extraordinary turning point in the life of this country. Let us come together now and make the most of the opportunities Brexit will bring. And let's unleash the potential of the whole UK. So congratulations on Brexit. UK Neil, Based Amy. Congratulations, you finally got it.
Y'all worked so hard and it's finally here. And y'all are going to get your own little...
Sorry. Got a video up here on it. We got a little Brexit stuff here. Nigel Farage, what an amazing moment. And I think this was the countdown last night.
Thank you very much.
Wow, look at that crowd. You know what the media said? I saw a scope by UK Neil. The media said it was a few hundred people. Looks a little more than a few hundred people to me. They're still lying. They're still lying.
They do all the time. Just like they don't tell the truth about the yellow vests. How many and how long that's been going on, them protesting Macron's policies. And they said it was all about, what was it that they said it originally started from?
A tax on gas.
Tax, yes. Telling you.
Next one up is a video from real Donald Trump. I'm not sure if this is a campaign ad. We shall see.
The citizens of America are now joined in a great national effort to rebuild our country and restore its promise for all of our people. Together, we will determine the course of America and the world for many, many years to come. We will face challenges. We will confront hardships, but we will get the job done. For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government, while the people have borne the cost. The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer. What truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people. Every decision on trade, on taxes, on immigration, on foreign affairs will be made to benefit American workers and American families. We must protect our borders from the ravages of other countries, making our products, stealing our companies, and destroying our jobs. America will start winning again, winning like never before. At the bedrock of our politics will be a total allegiance to the United States of America. And through our loyalty to our country, we will rediscover our loyalty to each other. We must speak our minds openly, debate our disagreements honestly, but always pursue solidarity. Do not allow anyone to tell you that it cannot be done. No challenge can match the heart and fight and spirit of America.
No, that was a good commercial. They're coming out with some good ones.
Like Donna was saying, I love that man. Love him more every day. And POTUS, for my weekly shout out, darling, you don't forget you need Dot Martin to come up there to celebrate her birthday on your re-election day to help hug you so that you know how much you're loved and how joyful we are as a nation that we have re-elected. So don't forget Dot Martin for Washington. You'll start saving your bail money.
This is a little bit, next few are about the impeachment. Greg Rubini, number one, who do you think is the mastermind of this failed attempt to overthrow President Trump? Do you think it is Adam Schiff? Or I call him Adam Schiff. Shit. Dentures Nancy? Nope. Do you think it's the protected species? Eric Charlie Marshmallow? Or Soviet Vindman? Nope. It's him, John Brennan. And probably. He's probably involved, I'm sure. Next up is a tweet from Angie. Angie 445. Oh, it's a video. I'm sorry. I thought I was about to read something and I'm seeing something move. So let me fix it up for the video here. Come on.
The honey badger. It's pretty badass.
Which happens to be true. Check out the ratings.
The honey badger has been referred to by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most fearless animal in all of the animal kingdom. It really doesn't give a shit.
I don't care. I don't care.
The honey badger is really pretty badass. Yeah, what's that? A mouse? Oh, that's nasty. Oh, they're so nasty.
That's just plain wrong.
Honey badger don't care.
I don't think so, darling.
The honey badgers have a fairly long body, allowing them to move about freely, and they twist around. Now look, here's a house full of bees. You think the honey badger cares? It doesn't give a shit. It goes right into the house of bees to get some larvae. How disgusting is that? It eats larvae. But look, the honey badger doesn't care. It's getting stung like 1,000 times. It doesn't give a shit.
You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
Look at this. There's the honey badger just eating a mouse. And then look, get away from me, says the snake. Get away from me. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger smacks the shit out of it. And the snake comes back and it lashes right at the honey badger. Look at this. Like nothing happened. The honey badger gets right back up and continues eating the cobra.
It's been a waste of time for me, folks. I'll be honest with you. It's been a total waste of time.
The honey badger.
That was pretty funny.
I want a honey badger t-shirt. I do. Because I'm a teaser. They are mean little boogers. And they don't care. And you know what? We don't care because our POTUS is still winning. So who was that? Eeyore? No, who was it? Where is that troll that's in our
Don't worry
Eeyore
about the
or
trolls.
Lottier or what Lottar or whatever your name is?
Who cares about the
Grow up,
trolls?
you aren't going to hurt our feelings and wham, all the way to 2024, honey, because Trump's going to be your president till then.
Another Trump commercial. Text Trump to 88022.
That is too funny. I mean, God.
That was probably the funniest moment of the entire impeachment. Nadler and Schiff racing to the podium fighting each
I never dreamed that little Chubbo could beat Pencil Neck up to the podium, but I'm telling you, once he got his equilibrium going, once he got that giant tummy rolling, I mean, on those little pencil legs, Bobblehead was bobbling so hard he couldn't catch up.
We got
No Ned Zipper won the quest.
We got 3 left, Doc.
That was absolute. We've got to keep that. We've got to play that every chance we get. That is just too darn funny.
We got 3 left and 1 minute to go.
Hurry.
We'll get them done. Doesn't matter if we're late. 5 minutes. This is a tweet from Donald Trump Jr. What a clown show. He's got 3 little clowns up there.
The analogy is not applicable to the present situation because, first, to the extent that opposition research was obtained, it was opposition research that was purchased.
This is where it's okay for the Democrats to use foreign governments as long as they pay them.
He's so dumb, he didn't even know what he did.
Good
grief. Him and the one that thinks Guam's going to tip over. I'm just telling you. This one's just, I think, a Booker wannabe. And the other one is thinking that Guam's going to tip over. We probably need to go catch those people any day now.
That was Senator Congressman Hank Johnson or Senator Hank Johnson, who thought Guam would tip over. Democrat who thought Guam would tip over if we put too many tanks on one side of Guam. These people are. It's okay for Hillary to collude with Russians, and that information in the dossier came from Russia. She paid them, so it makes it okay. God, you can't make this stuff up.
Well, I guess it didn't matter if it's valid or if it's true or anything as long as you pay for it.
Yeah. Opposition research is not collusion. Oh, 2 left. Here we go. Stonewall Jackson. It's just a tweet, and I'm not going to shrink it down for the tweet. We're going to go in there, and we're going to quit the MFR. That's, I think, in reference to Rashida Tlaib and her nastiness. Last one is a video from Devin Nunes, and I think he's on Tucker Carlson. Let's see what he's got to say. I think it's bad news. You're going to end us on bad news, Doc.
Great to see you, Congressman. So,
great to be with you.
We got an indication from Senator Lamar Alexander of Tennessee last night late that we're not going to get witnesses in the Senate portion of this proceeding, and basically there's nothing left. There's going to be a vote. The president's going to be acquitted. So why is it continuing exactly? Do you know?
Well, they have to actually get to the point of where they actually vote to acquit, which I guess is going to occur on Wednesday. So they had to vote on the rules for that. But I actually have some bad news for you tonight, Tucker, on Friday night. I know you don't want the bad news, but
I'm used to it.
The president's going to be acquitted. But the problem is this isn't going to end. Like, I just can't imagine that Adam Schiff, after 3.5 years of this nonsense, and Jerry Nadler are not going to continue this, right? They're going to go back and they're going to subpoena John Bolton. We're going to have the same exact thing that you've been seeing for the last 3.5 years. I just think you should prepare. We thought once Mueller collapsed completely, we thought, okay, we're going to get on to business. And then out of nowhere, this Ukraine hoax appeared. And look, this really is a hoax. This was Adam Schiff and his staff concocting this all together with people that all know each other. All these people know each other that concocted this stupid Ukraine hoax that we've been dealing with for the last week in the Senate. So anyway, bad news for you tonight. I bet even after the acquittal, we're going to be working on this.
So since you're an elected official and you know a lot about policy, but also politics, is there any evidence that this works? I mean, my read on it is the candidates who win are the ones that speak to the issues that people really care about. They don't care about this demonstrably. So why are Democrats continuing to do this?
Well, I described it earlier this week as the Democratic Party is like the dog that caught the car. And now they've been promising all this crazy stuff. And now they're going to get somebody who's not even a Democrat, Bernie Sanders, as their nominee. A month ago, I would have said, nah, Bernie's going to get second or third, probably not going to win. I mean, he's winning in every state, including California, which is the big prize, which is essentially a month away.
Yes.
And he's winning in Iowa. I mean, this could be, if Bernie wins on Monday night, you have an entire takeover by the extreme left of the historic Democratic Party. It's no longer going to cease to exist. It's going to be the Socialist Party.
Well, so can I ask you another political question? So this is essentially a replay of what happened with Donald Trump and the Republican Party. The establishment hated him. They tried to rig the system to prevent him from becoming the nominee, and it didn't work. The Democrats are trying the same thing. They're talking about tampering with delegates at the convention now. Will that work?
Well, I think there's a big difference between Trump and Bernie Sanders here.
Well,
okay,
of course there is.
Trump, and I mean just in the politics of this, Bernie Sanders is a socialist. I mean, the guy spent his honeymoon in the Soviet Union.
Yes.
Right. Donald Trump had he had his own brand of politics that I think caught everybody off guard. But he does believe in a few important things, right? He's been very clear. He was against the Iraq War from the very beginning. He wants to bring the troops home as much as he can. He also wanted to redo trade deals, all things that people, including myself, were very skeptical if he could actually deliver on some of this. But I think despite all the craziness, and for 3.5 years, well, really since the end of 2015, Donald Trump and his campaign being under investigation by the feds, the Clinton campaign, the Democrats in the House, despite all of that, the guy is defying the odds. I mean, I would have never thought that we could have not only rewrote NAFTA, but actually passed it. It was one of the most popular trade agreements ever passed in the House of Representatives and the Senate. I mean, it's amazing what he's actually accomplishing.
I remember
despite everything.
Yeah, and in the end, I think that's what matters. Congressman.
There you go. In the end, that's what matters: getting stuff done. Okay, so we got to hustle here, Doc. Our poor co-hosts on the not promises kept Speakeasy show are waiting for us. So, Speakeasy co-hosts, if you see the close come up on Promises Kept, jump into Zoom. Okay, Doc will put the number in the Zoom room for us. Right, Doc? While I set up the close and everything here and get this shut down.
All right.
So join us in about 5 minutes, hopefully, over in the Speakeasy show.
If anybody wants to join us, remember, you're welcome. All patriots welcome.
That's right. If you don't join us for the Speakeasy show, you are a member of the squad. Join us or I'll crack the whip on you.
I'm going to take that whip and...
We'll see you guys over on Speakeasy in a few minutes.
Catch you on the flip side. Refill your libations. Get ready for some cussing and discussing.
Speakeasy co-host, get ready to join the Zoom as soon as Doc puts it in there.
Y'all come on. Oh, you want me to do it right now?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
See you in a few minutes. We'll see you in a few minutes. Make sure you join us for the Speakeasy show coming up in about 5 minutes. I'm opening up the chest in D-Live. So you got an opportunity in the speakeasy to win some lemons. Emmy, Electrolux sucked up 36 lemons. Thank you for the follow. Make sure you join us for the Speakeasy Show coming up in about 5 minutes. No problem, Angie. Thank you for sending it.